Hey, everybody, welcome.
It's exactly where it needs to be. Hi, everybody.
I was looking up. I thought I had to look up, and then I'm like, oh, there it is.
Slightly different camera placement.
Well, hey, everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with Mr.
Oberon.
And me, Banshee. Welcome. Welcome to the birthday celebration show. This is the show before my birthday on Wednesday. Woohoo!
And even Shadows here.
And you're going to hear about it all show. Much to Mr. O's regrets.
Yes, we know some of you guys are really fans of our cats, so this is Shadow's turn to be out there in the light.
Ah, man, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Well, now the storm timeline, we're supposed to get storms here, and it's between 1 and 4 p.m., but they seem to be going around us from what I can see on the radar. We just keep getting missed. I don't know how that happens, Mr. O.
It's so funny.
But who knows? Maybe we'll get nicked by one yet. The day is still young. Oh, thank you, Marcia. Thank you. Shadow just took a hike, but she may come back. It's hard to say. And if not, I'm sure somebody else will show up later.
Well, when it's your birthday, if you let us know maybe a little bit before that, we usually do a birthday reading, birthday wish spread at the beginning of our show when it's close or on your birthday. So you do got to be here pretty relatively early because we bump you to the top of the list.
And do a birthday reading. I don't think I'm going to do a birthday reading on the show. No worries today. I do not want to take that time. I may post a video of one I do for myself. So look for that. If you're interested in the free birthday reading, you'll see how it goes if you have not seen us do it before.
Hi,
Jagdeep. Hi, Dr. V.
Dr. Victor.
It's called the Birthday Gift Spread. I keep tweaking it. I almost feel like I should do it like we do for the happy hour where everything should be upright. But I'm keeping everything in reversed for now, but trying to keep the message positive in the reversed positions in that reading. Because there are gifts from the negative experiences we have in life. Sometimes that's very hard to see, depending on, circumstances. But, hopefully the goal is we all come out better. We all come out stronger as we face adversities. All right, so I'm using my Season of the Witch Beltane Oracle once more as the season is quickly approaching. I'm getting out some of my summer decks, though. The oracles, the Hummingbird deck, will be back soon. Mr. O, why don't you pick one? There you go. What you got? Oh, hey, did we have that one before? I'm not sure.
I thought we did. It's the Green Man.
It's the Green Man making a reappearance. All right. What number is Mr. Green?
Number 15.
Ah, of course, and that makes sense.
Yes.
All right, and yeah, I think we had this just recently. It's abundance, and it basically says, all that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Everything the Green Man touches turns to gold, or green. That is, he is the ultimate expression of abundance, and more specifically, an abundant mindset. When the Green Man invites you to his earthly lair, it is to infuse you with the spirit of wealth. Money will flow to you with ease, opportunities will suddenly come knocking, or you will find the fulfillment of a goal is just within reach. This is also a sign that you are on the right path and what you're doing now is working. So keep at it. This card shows that you are living life and enjoying all the fruits of your labor. You feel more confident and sure of yourself, and other people have taken notice of this and seek your advice, knowing you have much to share. The Green Man is also a giver and provider of wealth. Be generous with your abundance, both financially and spiritually. Share your knowledge and invite others to partake in your good fortune. And that is the key. What we should give back. We should always consider that part of the abundance process. It's not our jobs to just accrue wealth mindlessly, although obviously many do. I would like to have that problem, but I don't right now. But the thing is, we all need to share. If we shared more with one another, wouldn't it be such a better place, such a better world, But here we are, and I would just say, may abundance be with you. I would love to be rich, but I don't want to be rich alone out there. I want everybody to have theirs.
Hi, Divine. Hi, everybody.
And that's what we have for the collective.
And it's interesting to note that that's the same number as the devil
exactly
in the tarot.
My point.
Yeah, and there is a number of cross resonances there. Just the idea of desire that it talks about, of course, sort of falls in line with the devil. So there's no judgment there. It's just really a matter of how you understand the perspective behind the perspective, or the principle behind the perspective. All right, so I understand that the list has really filled to an alarming rate, like last Sunday.
Well, everybody's got the idea to come early, and that is good. I'm looking at your list so I can keep it up to date. Dr. V. I seem to have missed a few people in between. Asel, Mama T. I had Mama T earlier.
Right, well, she's always at the end.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And Violet Lotus. Got it. Yep.
Last Sunday was crazy. Guess that's
so
what
we're very
here for.
busy. We're just going to get this show right going here.
Okay.
Got a lot of decks here today I'm going to be using. So let's go.
Yes, I have about 5 myself. So Sonali was first. And I'm going to grab an old deck of mine. I brought out 2 very old decks of mine that I used back in the 70s. So these decks are verging on 50 years if they aren't. This one is a version of the Tarot of the Marseille, the French deck. It's one of many versions of it, but the pictures are the same. But this particular deck has the English and the French titlings.
Divine, that's wonderful. Are you going to keep it? That would be really nice.
Oh, that sounds sweet. That sounds very sweet. We wish you a lot of luck if you're going to keep it. That
and
would be wonderful.
even if you don't, the fact that you rescued it, that's very, very nice. Hopefully if you don't keep it, you can find it a good home, or ensure it goes to a facility that will give it a good home.
They are a lot of work, but you need something to kind of keep you focused in certain ways, and they're like literally unconditional affection and loyalty.
Divine message for Sonali, higher self. Okay,
all right.
I'll get the Lenormand going here. Aww.
Oh, bless you. That's
so
very
nice.
kind. Okay, so are we doing the divine message in any particular way? Just 3 cards?
A divine message from Shiva, is that what it was?
I don't remember.
Divine message from higher self.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it that my way.
Okay, so the
We'll
1,
do it
2, 3,
that way,
yes,
yes.
okay.
So what is the divine message?
And the divine message is the Ace of Pentacles.
Upright?
They're so hard to tell with this particular deck. And you know what? I am wrong. It's not that. The card's kind of stuck. So it's the reversed 3 of Cups.
Okay.
Is the divine message. And I'm sorry about that. Okay. And that is a reverse 3 of Cups. So the divine message is that there may be some times that will be complicated or hard emotionally to feel good about. There may be some feelings of not feeling close to people that you normally do, or that certain connections maybe are frayed at this time.
Yeah, it's as if, and this is, I got to remind you, Sonali, this is the period of Mercury retrograde now. So, we got to watch how we couch our communications with one another. There could be some arguments. There could be some issues amongst family, friends, colleagues if you're working. The Three of Cups is a card of disharmony in your interpersonal relationships. And so the higher self is saying, be the person in the room who tries to bring people together in cases like this.
So, card 2, why is that important?
Why is this important?
And that is the Ace of Pentacles, and I'm going to say it's upright.
May I see it?
Yeah, I can tell you why it's upright, because there's a copyright date, and I'm looking at the previous one that I know to be reversed and see them in opposite corners.
Oh, okay.
See, and on the other card, it's in the opposite
So it should be on top? Okay.
Yeah, so, yes, right. So that is the upright. So the reason it's important is that it could possibly bring a new beginning or something that will start off focusing attention on material things that are important. Maybe they're about personal security, or maybe they're about overall security. They could be about new projects that maybe you feel have some amount of perspective. What's up? Oh, Victoria. Hi, Victoria.
Oh, we've got you on, Victoria. We'll always find room for you.
Yes. So, communication issues and or how, they may be misunderstood or feelings are misunderstood. It's important because you need to work on this beginning here, and it probably involves all people being able to communicate and sort of get together and collaborate. What do you think?
Well, I think that what it means is that why is this important is because, some maybe because something will not be able to get, off to a start, a fresh start. Something will not be able to grow. If these arguments continue between family, friends, coworkers or partners, you will not, things will start to deteriorate. And it's possible, that these friendships or relationships could be at risk. So, what is coming? What will come of this?
Where does this lead to?
Where's this leading?
And this would be the upright 10 of Pentacles.
Okay, so remember, if you are the bigger person in the room, if you can guard your communication, Sonali, and if you can, try to smooth things over with people instead of making things worse and reacting, all will be well in the end. The 10 of Pentacles upright is that family spirit, that togetherness spirit of, your family, your friends, how everybody is there to support one another. Of course, it's a Pentacles. Sometimes there's a financial component to that, like family inheritances, legacies, stuff like that. But to me, this is speaking in terms of, the value you will have with being together. Perhaps ultimately what you will find is, that we can't let the little things upset us, because the value we get out of our friendships and relationships is so much more.
Well, I think that really this says, the divine message says, really focus on keeping emotional things together, not fraying, remembering people that you should remember for specific reasons, and that these are the people who really will help you achieve some sort of lasting legacy.
Violet, I'm only going to take one more person after Jay No if you're still here. So only one more person, whoever that is, and that's it, because we're pretty tight here.
Yes.
I just counted the list.
All right. So then in the Lenormand...
I saved this for last for a reason. I wanted to see where everything was going. You'll see why.
I wasn't paying attention. That's a dog, baby.
See how it fits in?
No, it's a man, baby.
So I really think this is in your more interpersonal realm to me. And this is saying here that, remain a true friend to those around you. Remain loyal. You have good people in your life, regardless of sometimes the differences and disagreements we may have with others. Stand by them as you want them to stand by you.
Yes, it really does fit the other part of the reading too. This really is about making sure you keep cultivating your friendships, especially those that are loyal to you, because there's a reward there that they're going to support or maybe even be helpful in your plans for prosperity or for security in your life.
We are a little bit over 20 people now, Violet, and I realize some people might leave. So, that's why I left the door open this long, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully nobody will leave, and we're going to keep rolling here. We are done with Sonali. Let's move on to Marcia.
All right.
Oh, Lena's next. Sorry.
Oh, it's Lena. Whoops, okay.
It's Lena and then Marcia. I'm sorry. Just switch those. I got it, Violet. All right.
General for the next 2 months.
Got it. I'm going to use my Owl Tarot. I brought the owls back out, Violet.
We got it. Yep. No problem.
Sorry about that. I'll keep an eye on your list. I try to write them down as I see them, but I have to admit, I was a little rushed getting to the set here. So.
We just want to thank all our subscribers. We've really moved upward.
What is going on?
At least a dozen people just in the last 2 streams or so.
Have people just found us or something?
So we really appreciate that.
We literally got 11 followers overnight. So thank you all. We so appreciate you. I don't think that kind of burst has ever happened before on YouTube.
Not quite.
I get it on Twitter. All right. General for the next 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, hey, Lena. You start off with the 9 of Cups. Let's hope it keeps going here, but I don't know, because I knew this one was going to be reversed. The Tower, reversed. Well, this isn't too bad. The 4 of Pentacles reversed. I think I see where this is going. What do you have there, Mr. O?
Mr. O has...
Is it raining fish?
Fish. It's raining fish, I think.
It's kind of silly.
Or at least there's a lady going to the fish market, maybe? I don't know.
Uh-oh. I knew I would do that.
The lady and the fish.
Well, Lena, you start off so good in this reading, but I think there's a message here, You want things in your life. You desire something in a really strong way. But I feel here that the universe is saying right now in these next 2 months, you have to tidy up some loose ends from your past maybe, or some loose feelings, some lessons maybe you haven't really taken in yet in order to move forward. There's definitely something you have to let go of, and I think it's whatever that Tower has been trying to teach you here and you haven't been really absorbing the lesson. Maybe it's about starting over again because the Tower is saying maybe, the 4 of Pentacles reversed is maybe saying you've been holding on to something that you need to let go of. It's kind of interesting because that was I think one of my oracles of the day recently that I was saying, some people may be hanging on to some baggage from their past that's really blocking, forward progress and movement. It's kind of like our house here. When we have too much clutter, there's just nowhere else to go. There's no forward movement. So, sometimes even here, in our heart and in our mind, we have to let go of the things that may be holding us back. And I think that's what you have to work on in the next 2 months in order, that's the female, right? Mm-hmm. In order for you to reap the abundance in whatever part of your life that you have, wishes and desires.
Well, that Tower in the middle sort of tells me that maybe there's a balancing or juxtaposition between those 2 qualities on the side. And I'm wondering the thing that has to be given up is maybe too much dependence or too much wanting of some things in life that maybe are just not attainable at this time. Some things that maybe are emblematic of a higher stature or of a class that you're not quite ready for yet. somehow this is something that's not as attainable right now, but it may be a desire. I don't know if that relates to your career or just prosperity in general, family connection, but I feel like there's a lesson to learn that this is really something you need to work on. Maybe it's about appreciating a lesser or maybe a smaller modicum of abundance or things like, so maybe it's just saying really your perspectives on abundance are a little bit inflated. There is an abundance quotient for you.
I think so.
But it's not exactly where you want, and putting yourself too much in that one is going to just sort of lead to disappointments and feeling like you're a failure. And that's not really what you should take from that.
Well, I'm just going to stick with what I said. I feel
Sure.
that, and I like what you said, because I think that's the message in a way for these next 2 months to, to eliminate this mentality that maybe I can never achieve what I want or desire. It always comes crumbling down on me, And the lesson here may be that, you have to trust and believe in yourself more and let go of, these negative things that may be haunting you. Maybe true. Things may have failed in the past and failed badly. But you know what? We don't have to let that define our future. We create our own course. We chart our own course. And I believe abundance is just waiting to happen for you in whatever part of your life you desire it to happen. Whether it's an abundance of love, whether it's an abundance of money, whether it's both. So wish you luck with that, Lena. That's
Good luck, Lena.
interesting message for you.
Marcia's up.
Marcia is up. Hey, Marcia.
Hi.
And your deck, Mr. O.
Uh-huh.
And that's yours. And where'd mine go? Here. Okay. Thank you, sir.
You did such a nice job as a fill-in. We really appreciate
Yes,
you
thank
volunteering.
you. Thank you so much, Victoria. I never got to thank you on Twitter there, but noted. We are in your debt. As violets as well. All
I
right.
know.
What
are we
is
gonna
with these
do?
guys from Texas? They're so helpful.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
So, Marcia, did you hear us call for you?
Marcia!
Don't
I'm
make
sure she's typing away.
don't make Banshee sing again.
Come on, we gotta keep it rolling. It's my birthday show.
Oh, I'm glad for Toby.
I'll have to start singing happy birthday to myself again.
A general for the next 2 weeks, yes. Be safe, Violet.
There it is. Okay, Marcia.
Okay, I'm going to use my Tarot of the Princesses.
Yay, Victoria. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Another friend of ours, Willow's, Cindy on Twitter, lost one of her pets. Cindy is a very nice person. She deliberately takes cats that need extra care and are older that nobody wants and gives them a loving home. And I really, give her a lot of credit for that because, you have to go through the heartache of the loss more frequently, and that can be rough. Yeah, not today, but Victoria, I'm just celebrating every day. And these are the last few days, so you're just going to hear me saying it all the time. Watch for Twitter tomorrow. No. I didn't do it today yet, but I might.
Okay, Marcia. Your first card is the Upright Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. And then we have, it's the Ace of Pentacles. It is reversed. And then we have the upright Five of Swords.
Queen of Wands is reversed too?
No, it's upright.
It's upright.
The only one reversed is in the middle there.
The Ace of Pentacles?
Right, and they're on your monitor now too.
I can't tell that's an ace. It looks like they're... Oh, that's the card.
It's a one with a
I got
penny.
it. The Ace of
coin.
Pentacles and the Five of...
Swords.
Reversed. Well, let's see.
No, that's upright.
What's upright? Sorry.
Okay. I'm glad you're trying. There's the bear. And the clouds.
With the dark side facing the bear. So,
Okay.
Marcia, next 2 weeks, eh? Whew. Well, you know, in some ways, you're going to get a lot of notice. You know, the Queen of Wands is upright. And the Queen of Wands usually is just somebody who sparkles, you know? So I think you're going to get, you know, technically you should be getting the right type of notice and attention. But for some reason, let's see, I want to say you are getting the right kind of attention. That's the way it usually is. But you've got these two cards that are making me wonder exactly what's happening here. Because the Ace of Pentacles is reversed, but also that Five of Swords is upright. And, you know, did you say it was swords?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know why I keep thinking wands for some reason, but I could see a sword on there. I thought I did. The Five of Swords is never a good card. Never, never, never. So I almost feel like here that, you know, you're going to have to stand up for something, I feel. There's arguments and fights afoot here. And it may be business related. It may be in the work environment. Because of that Ace of Wands, or Ace of Pentacles, I'm sorry. Or it may have to do with a financial matter. And I'll tell you what, I feel like with that Lenormand and the clouds, the dark clouds facing here, I'm thinking this is a female figure, somebody who feels very empowered, and in a way, this kind of mirrors the energy of the Queen of Wands. But there's some darkness here. It's almost as if you're getting the wrong kind of attention in some way. And it's kind of shaking your self-esteem in some way. So don't let it, don't let whatever this is get under your skin. You're going to have to weather some storms, and I can tell you, hey, we've got Mercury retrograde and eclipse energy coming this week in Aries, eclipse energy. So expect that there could be some brouhahas going on.
Well, I almost wonder if it could just be some of that stuff that may be going on with a coworker or two, and some of this could just be amounting to you having to really try to impress the right person as a boss or a supervisor or somebody with your better balance here. But I do sort of feel like maybe there's an effect going on that maybe you thought you were going to be positioned differently somehow in the workplace, maybe a move to different nights or different things. And maybe there's a delay there, or it's not working out, or maybe somebody else is interfering with that. Maybe it's the coworker, maybe somebody's saying, well, we need you here in this context, we can't have you go to that context. So a lot of this is just calling on you to really trust that maybe like the dark clouds, it will blow over at some point, and you just kind of have to hold on to your own strength here.
Now, mind you, this is I know you too can be triggered, and so I want to remind you that Five of Swords can indicate some rough times here. You don't want to look like being the bad guy in the room. So if you're going to get attention, make sure it's for the right reasons and not the wrong reasons. Choose your battles wisely and how you handle those battles wisely. Don't let them steal your power, but on the other hand, do not stoop down to their level. That's a real big thing for me where this Five of Swords is concerned.
I think there's wiggle room for you to be a little bit on your high horse, but not to the point that maybe you purposely savage other people's reputations. It's more about just making sure you put yourself in the best light. And yeah, I appreciate that feedback there, So good luck. It's mostly looks like just standing your ground for a little bit, at least for these next 2 weeks.
It may shake you a little bit, but don't let it shake you to the point where, like I said, you look no better than the people who are harassing you. So hang tough. Gosh, I'm going to be anxious to hear how all of this turns out. Keep us posted, Marcia. Good luck with that. Let's move on. And we're on Ariana. Yeah, jealousy's just a nasty emotion.
Well, and we're really close to the Mercury retrograde, so definitely a time to
okay, would you
carefully
have the
consider.
lifestyle you want in California? Let me grab a deck. Grab this one.
And you're welcome, Marcia. Thank you, Moonlight. Me too. I've been there too with the horrible co-workers, toxic people.
Well, or customers too. I don't know where it's coming from for you, Marcia,
too, yeah.
but we work in we've worked in public service and have had to deal with some rather unruly customers from time to time.
Yes,
I know in
Violet, yes.
my last couple of jobs, I've had to deal less with the public than in the past, but I've had my share.
I'm actually afraid if I'm going to fall down another flight of steps because it just seems like I'm so inadvertently clumsy lately, and the only thing I could think of is maybe it's Mercury retrograde. I don't know.
Well, Violet, I did see your message about the weather. I'm sure Mr. O will help out with that next Thursday.
Which is honor.
Hopefully, like I said, he's done his job here. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
All right, Ariana.
Well, you'll be busy. We have the 8 of Pentacles upright. Wow. We have the 3 of Swords in the way I like to see it, reversed. But then we also have Death reversed. So, you got to take the good with the bad sometimes, I guess. What do you got with the Lenormand there, Mr. O?
A bouquet.
Ooh. Well, that's good.
And the stork.
That's good, too. Holy
wow.
moly.
Do you know something you're not telling us? Like maybe somebody is kind of helping you with this dream? I almost feel from those Lenormands like maybe this could be more realistic to happening than not.
Maybe, but what it might be saying is that since the stork is about new beginnings and it's reinforcing this card here, I think what it's saying is this new beginning for you could be a gift. In other words, just making this move will bring you good things eventually. Okay, that's fine. I still say that and I stand by that. Is there a problem? Okay. I didn't think this was a competition here. So at any rate, look at that. Look at that. I have to say there is some issues, so let's talk about this. Would this lifestyle be conducive was the question. It wasn't really about the move itself. So what I want to say is I feel like, yes, you will feel more productive. You will feel more energized to learn and maybe tackle new things in your life. This could be work related too. Maybe you'll be pursuing different career pursuits once you're there. I also feel with the 3 of Swords reversed that, this could eliminate some sorrows or disappointments in your life. You will feel happier there. But despite what I just said, why did we get the Death reversed? And especially since we have the stork here,
Well, is it possible that this is like the idea that something maybe semi upheavalish creates this movement, that maybe this is a result of something else happening that creates this force there?
Well, maybe, but I'm trying to keep it in terms of would she be happy once there, which is the question. And so would this lifestyle benefit her?
I see what you're saying.
I feel here that maybe, I'm thinking about it now, because as I rephrase the question, I'm thinking here, sometimes there's things about the California lifestyle that makes people a little bit lethargic. I feel like there's so many opportunities for growth here for you, but you got to be careful not to fall in a pattern of just, not doing anything, about it. I think it could be very good for you, though.
Well, that's
overall.
the Eight of Pentacles. I think it's also the balance of learning, sort of like taking on the idea of adjusting to a Californian lifestyle. But there's a lot that goes into it. Number one, their lifestyle costs a lot more than some places. You live in New York, so maybe there's sort of a little equivalence there, because New York can be pretty expensive too, even upstate perhaps. I think it is really about making a sound adjustment and maybe pulling yourself away from this situation now, because it does feel like maybe there's no more room for you to grow emotionally even. Perhaps that's what I'm feeling there.
Sorry, Mo, we have 23 people, so we had to close the list.
Yeah, that's the same for Lily too. I mean, it's possible that if you came back around a half an hour, we might know better.
Lily is on the list. That was the one name after J. No.
Oh, okay. I thought that...
No, I said we'll close the list after one name after J. No. And that was Lily.
Okay, I realize that now. It was just Violet said something asking to wait, I guess, to just say whether Lily was on the list or not. I saw that in the chat earlier.
Well, I see her on the list, and I think that was the way I had worded it.
Okay.
All right, go on.
So I think, there's a lot to enjoy, but I think it's like what Banshee says here too. And maybe part of that is just the idea that the way you move there sort of creates a little bit of this dissonance that I see with the Death reversed. And so that may say you have to really focus on pulling yourself back together, that Eight of Pentacles, and working on, the emotional ups and downs that you're going to feel there.
When I look at the Three of Swords reversed here and I see the bouquet, I really feel that, it's a return to joy in your life. You're going to feel more alive overall. Just don't fall into a pattern of laziness, and also accept change in your life. This is going to be a big change possibly for you. So accept change in your life instead of fighting the tides of change. Maybe that's why the Death card is here too, reversed. So that's what we've got for you. Looks pretty good, Ariana. Good luck with that.
You're welcome. I just won't ask anymore.
Don't. Thank you. Are you just slamming my cards down like that? All right.
Are you just overreacting with everything?
I am.
I see.
Hey. The eclipse energy is in my sign, not yours, so expect some acting out. Okay, let's move on. It is Moonlight. And I actually had that right on my list. Woo!
Thank goodness for small favors.
Stand by for bickering. We have no time to bicker on this show. He can try.
It's my cards, right?
Oh, thank you, Moonlight. I am having a happy time. I didn't even buy as many gifts for myself this year, but I'm still happy.
It's my deck, right?
No.
I used these last time, so it must be my deck.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember what deck we used.
Well, then why didn't you grab a deck?
I don't have to grab one. It's right in front of me.
Are you shuffling for Moonlight?
Well, I was waiting for Moonlight to say what they were looking for.
Yeah, what's your question, Moonlight? Before we get in deeper here. Positive vibes only. Bicker while smiling.
What do you call that?
Grimace.
Oh, I thought you called it my Joker smile.
Oh, he's got a Joker smile. That's true. But that wasn't it. That looked a little forced.
Will Moonlight find a job soon?
Ah.
How do you want to do that?
Well, you could do it any way you want. It's your deck.
Okay.
Do you want to do a yes, no, or do you want to do
Yeah,
three?
I do.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my 007 Witches Tarot. It's a movie tie-in with
We were bickering through it. That's why we didn't see it.
one of the James Bond movies.
Wow. Well, I hope you get good stuff there.
Maybe put it in all caps, Violet.
Oh! She does, and we still ignore her.
Oh.
Wow, you just pulled that one out. Looking good.
Pulled it out. It's
Maybe.
leaning towards yes. It's not an absolute yes.
So what is that card?
That's the Six of Swords.
Is it upright?
It's upright.
Oh.
What do you think?
Well, I think when you see this...
The stars at night are big and bright. Stork and stars.
He's so silly.
I am.
So you've got the Six of Swords, is that, did you say?
I did.
My goodness. Yeah, it sounds like movement to me. If it's upright, it sounds like moving to something that will be so much better in different ways for you. I don't know if it'll make you comfortable financially per se, but it will just feel like really a breath of fresh air to you. It will feel very calming, serene. Like if you've been in workplaces that have been, you know, office politics or kind of disruptive or maybe too much pressure, I think that's going to ease for you. This is putting you into a much calmer, better place. And look at those Lenormand. You have the stork and the stars, which means this new opportunity that's going to be coming your way is going to renew your hope. It's going to feel like this is what you were always wishing for.
It's a really good set of cards, and it answers the question as most likely yes, and that this most likely yes seems to be leading you towards something better or leading you away from something you don't like as much. And of course you sort of get that from the stork and the stars as well, because they're both talking about new things maybe that bring a sense of hope or destiny or feeling like it was meant to be in a way. So
hey Nikki. Yeah, we can't take you today. The list is closed. We're sorry.
Yeah, and that goes for you too, Pragati. I know you were asking her, but we really can't. We've closed the list. We have too many people.
Yeah, everybody is coming faster, and as we get more people, it's going to be harder. Until we change our system, we may have to do less cards to fit people in. We're thinking of various different options right now, but for now, we have to close the list. Sorry about that. All right, so that's what we have for you. I have to say, Moonlight, that was stellar, speaking of the stars. And you know what? I don't know, the tarot paints a really rosy picture here. I don't want you to get your hopes up too high, but why not shoot for the stars? Why not shoot for that job you feel you deserve right now?
It was the Roger Moore James Bond movie, Live and Let Die. James Bond, not James Brown.
James Brown. Okay. Uh-oh, Victoria. I wish I could give you good news. I don't think we did last time.
Okay, Christabel asked spirit advice for current situation. And you're welcome, Moonlight. Thank you.
Spirit advice for current situation. Okay. So do you want to do what's the advice? Why is this important? And where is this heading?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, please do keep us posted. Thank you. Good luck.
Wishing you the best.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one, though. Hope it's true.
Wow. First card is the Ace of Cups. So, spirit advice for current situation. What is the advice? Approach everything through love. Open your heart to love. Open yourself to feeling love. Open yourself to giving love to this situation.
As you're asking for spirit advice, this may pertain to one particular situation that you've been thinking about. So it could be about a new relationship, whether romantic or otherwise, something that really you feel really strong emotionally about. But whatever it is, the spirit advice says, yes, proceed with care and understanding and nurturing towards what this prospect could be.
And passion, if it is about anything else in your life, job, career, etc. This is talking about having an open heart, being very receptive to the opportunities that come your way. This is potentially positive things could come out of this if you do. So why is this important? Look what's come up again in a different deck.
So
the Tower reversed.
It's the Tower reversed again.
So why is this important? And God, did it almost come up in the same position? I think it did.
Well,
so wasn't it Sonali's reading, or was it?
Yeah, it was in the middle of whatever reading that was.
Whatever reading we did. So why is this important? Because there's nothing to be gained by closing your heart off. There's nothing to be gained by not approaching things with love. And perhaps you have learned that lesson, or you should have learned that lesson in the past, because the Tower is about lessons we need to take in from our past that are still kind of haunting us.
Well, I said before that maybe this was about something specific in terms of Spirit wanting you to see that. And maybe it's because you've been there before. This may be a situation where now you have another opportunity to kind of revisit it. And so I think it's important to once again remember, you don't want to necessarily make the same choices you made, or you want to somehow feel more enlightened, more like you are tearing down what that tower was in relationship to that, what those obstacles were, that thing that either isolated or somehow was challenging without you knowing what the reward was to be.
So if there was a shaky foundation, in an interpersonal situation that we're talking about here, or it's in other areas of your life, it's time to really not repeat cycles over and over again. Finally take this to a different level, whatever that level is, whether you have to walk away from something with love or you have to restart something with love. So where will this be heading? The moon.
The moon. I love it. It's a mermaid swimming, holding her hands up to the moon.
I want to say we don't know. Because the moon is often about mystery and intrigue. It might just be saying that, it's really up to you. What is your intuition telling you, for example? Where is this heading? So I feel like also the moon has other connotations in the tarot, right? It could be about, perhaps a romance beginning. Mm-hmm. It could be about maybe exploring the depths of something more, whether it is in relationships with others or, in other things you are passionate about, career, maybe travel, whatever the case may be.
A lot of times the moon is about that binary quality of a sort, and maybe it's a little bit more mystical, romantic, emotional, deep dive. But the other thing too is that with the mermaid there, this represents that synthesis between earth and water, the idea of humanity and maybe a deeper feeling part of us, a universal heart of a sort. And so I give you the Lenormand, the tree, and the ring.
Wow.
And, I didn't see what you said about Cappy. I assume that's, a partner. But the ring is about commitments, and the ring influences the tree, and the tree is about you growing as a person, you growing in health and wisdom, and maybe opportunity, shared community, family. So it's really nice.
Commit to growth. Commit to learning. Commit to exploring. It's kind of like what I said with the moon as well, commit to growing something. If this is about a relationship, make the commitment. Or, like I said, you have to make that decision here. I think that Tower is the most integral part of this reading here, because it's really saying what you have to grow forth from and where you have to shower love from, towards. And that is letting go of missteps that may have happened in the past. If this is, for example, about reconciling, I'm just throwing this out there, with someone, sometimes we have to be able, in order to really succeed, not to forget what happened, but to truly let go of the feelings that are attached there to make a fresh start with it. So, or if you realize this cycle is just going to keep repeating if I don't let it go, then it's time to let it go with love. Whichever it is, you need to approach this situation with an open heart, be open and honest with your feelings, and your passions and desires, and go for what it is you truly want here and commit to it.
And a lot of times when I see the moon, even in any context, I think sometimes that just sort of talks about, how we have to be willing to be mellow with the passage of time. The whole phrase, many moons, cycles. Where will this lead to? Cycles of growth, cycles of waxing and waning to move towards, that shining brilliance.
So, like I said, there's eclipse energy and Mercury retrograde. I feel here a lot of us are going to be dealing with getting this Tower reversed already a few times here is making me wonder. There's a lot of maybe business from our past that we're still holding on to. We've got to clean out one way or the other and start over. All right. That's what we have for you, Christabel. I hope that made sense. Oh, you want more from emotionally? Well, it may happen. It may happen. But just keep approaching it with love. But you also have to decide if these things are repeating cycles, you have to decide if it's healthy for you to continue on that path. And you will eventually find out, I think. With the moon there, there's mystery. But you also had the tree. And I really feel here, if you commit to the patterns here and watching the patterns and also tackling them with love, and stating honestly what your needs are, you should be able to know which path you need to travel from there. So I wish you luck, Christabel. Good luck with that. All right. Angel Rivera. We're going to have a monthly modality message this week because the sun is entering Taurus. Yes, my birthday season will be over finally. But that'll be on April 20th because that is when the sun is entering Taurus this year. So look forward to that. You can absolutely get a single oracle card. Do you want to do the Lenormand?
Sure.
Or do you have an oracle there?
No, that's the Murder of Crows.
Oh.
Hardly an oracle. Well,
wait.
It's its own kind of oracle.
Okay, let's do this one again. I love this Dreamweaver's deck. I'm starting to like it more and more. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's kind of quirky, but so am I.
Thank you, Christabel.
You too, Christabel. It's number 26, For the Wind That Blows Our Sails.
Cute.
The essential meaning of the card is, wow, kind of chariot-like forward movement, coming out of a slow period, a time for action. Well, I can't imagine you were coming out of a slow period being the end of a semester, but all right. This time is a time for action. Your obstacles have dissolved. You've integrated the deep work you've been doing, and you are on the other side of the dry spell. How wonderful to now have the energy to take the next steps unencumbered by the past. This is a time of new beginnings, of the excitement that comes with seeing your dreams coming to fruition after challenging work. Others may call you lucky, but you know what work it took to get here. This time of expansion is not one to take lightly or for granted. Smooth sailing is not always offered to us, especially as we venture into uncharted territory. Now the wind that blows your sails is steady, and you feel the hand of the divine next to yours on the wheel. Stay in touch with that partnership. Stay awake and aware, as waves can rise up out of nowhere. Have confidence that you are sailing in the perfect direction for you towards a destiny that will flourish. Go the distance. Hey, you're a runner. Go the distance. What do you got?
Well, it's kind of interesting because I drew the man
Uh-huh.
and the bear.
Oh, wow. Definitely a time of personal empowerment.
Yeah.
Definitely a time of forward progression for you. You know, it seems like, as the card indicates, that a lot of things are just going to be, you know, obstacles to your path forward are going to be moving out of your way. If you aren't experiencing that yet, it looks like that is where things are headed. And you'll feel it, you know. And maybe, from what it sounds like here, others will recognize that too. So...
You know, what's really funny is that, of course, the picture of the man, he has a spyglass and he's looking directly at the bear. But then when you look at the bear, it's a man wearing a mask. It's a mask of a bear.
Oh.
You can see that. You see the little strings around it and the human eyes behind that. I don't know if you can tell that from this
I
look.
can tell because he's wearing a shirt.
So
right?
it's sort of like another extra level of meaning, is like he's looking maybe closer to himself and realizing that to some degree he has to create the facade or the artifice of a bear in order to maybe be that stronger person by just basically acting like the stronger person.
Well, and you know that takes on a lot of different tones. You know, we see how certain people handle strength. You know, we're not talking about brute strength here or pushing your will on something, because clearly you don't have to. You know, you have the wind at your back right now. And so the thing is, everything is pushing you forward, propelling you to progress. And that's really a good thing. Oh, I left it off. Whoops.
I'm so warm.
I don't feel that warm, but I see the temperatures have risen in here. I left our ceiling fan off. Shame on me. Today's our last warm day here, though. It's going to get cold for the next 2 or 3 days, and then 50s and 60s, which is really where we should be at this time of year. Not in the mid-70s and 80s, for crying out loud. Well, at any rate, looks good, Angel. I don't know what you're up to. I don't know if you've got some plans for, you know, the summer season. I know, you know, you still have classes going on campus and stuff, right? You don't just shut down, but it looks like there's going to be some good moves, either work or in your personal affairs. Things are just progressing. And,
I had to take my coat off and my hat.
Oh, dear. It's so different for you to feel warm.
Yes, isn't it exciting for a change?
It's always cold.
I'm always cold.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Kara is up. Can it be?
Cold
Hey,
hands.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce.
I thought that was awesome, Kara.
Well, I know that, you know, she may
Oracle
not...
top and bottom. Well, for you, sure.
Bruce Lee, I think of Enter the Dragon, but Kara, maybe you should go out and have a drag on a cigarette.
No, I don't recommend. Hey,
We know you do it. We know you do it.
Healthy behaviors here. At any rate, I just thought that was awesome, you know? I don't know if have I ever really acted out in my sleep? I might have talked once or twice, but I don't think I really do that. But sometimes I become I know I'm dreaming, you know, and I become kind of part of the dream. I always like when that happens.
You're
welcome, Angel. There's some kind of fly flying around me here. One of those little natty things. Where's the cats when I need them?
No bad jokes were made.
All right, let's see what we have. Top card. When the Weavers Call Your Heart. Number 34. So the essential meaning of this card, Kara, is love in all its form. A heart-opening experience, romantic love, the experience of showing kindness to others. Ah, yes, love, the quintessential energy of life, and the one glittering thread in the tapestry of your life you cannot do without. This is the one energy that can heal all wounds, that can build bridges, find unity, bring life into the world. When the Dreamweavers call your heart, you're being invited to bring the essence of love into your inquiry, to give it freely and wholly, and to receive it fully in the ways it's being offered. Perhaps you've begun a new relationship and are wondering where it's going. If there's anything here, or if there's anything here for you, can you allow for love to come through without judgment or even measurement? Can you experience it without trying to define it and pin it down? Can you be the love you seek? The experience of kindness is a way to open the door to love. Can you show kindness to others today for no reason at all, just because you can? Perhaps you can spend quality time with a beloved pet, or even send love to a plant. A good question to ask yourself now is if you have any dilemma regarding others, or even yourself, and the choices you need to make, what would love do? The universe is calling love to you in all its glittering, life-enhancing ways. Keep your heart open, drop your defenses and expectations, and watch the miracles flow as if by magic. When it's time to say goodbye. Isn't that ironic? This is telling you to welcome love in, and now we've got when it's time to say goodbye. But before we do this card, I do want to touch on that other card because I think it's essential here. It's interesting we had the Ace of Cups in Christabel's reading and opening your heart to love. And opening your heart to love doesn't always mean that, you're ready you're just waiting to receive it from somebody. Be ready to give it as well, And really, when you open your heart to love in that manner, you're giving it to others. You are receiving it. You're receiving it right back because you feel inside, the love. You are giving love to yourself in that manner. All right, so when it's time to say goodbye. What number is that? 32, I think?
Yes.
All right.
I never can say goodbye. No, 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 no.
Oh, no. Stop the singing.
Never can say goodbye.
Essential meaning, completions, endings. Okay, there's death leading to new beginnings. The end of something to birth something new. Some loss. So when it's time to say goodbye, it's time to end one way of being and move on to a new chapter in your life. This can be accompanied by pain because you have to say goodbye to someone you love, someone who has meant something to you, someone important, or something important, I want to add as well. You may not want to let it go, but you must. You must face the loss and the grief and bless what was. It could even be a part of yourself, Kara. Other times it's necessary that you purposely put an end to something. Perhaps you need to walk away from an unhealthy relationship to be true to yourself. Or maybe a connection that has run its course and is just not, and that is just how it is. Right now, you're meant to close the door on a part of your life so you can begin something new, something meaningful and designed for your beautiful self-expression, success, and happiness. You can be sure it's time for a different experience, a more aligned, authentic way for you to be in the world. You have come so far. Be brave and bless all that has come before now. Who will you become? So much magic awaits. What do you got with the Lenormand before I say that?
Bam! The Book and the Fox. Wow. And that's interesting because it looks like something maybe you're going to discover or realize. Maybe you were holding on to something that maybe you wanted to be true, but maybe you were deceiving yourself. Or maybe the finding out of something allows you a way to exit the situation, because I see this like little door opening on the book, like it's an escape valve out of the book.
You know, letting go of something can be painful, but letting go, even if it's a part of yourself, I don't want to let go of who I was. I don't want to be something new. I like who I was. Well, but we need to always aspire to something else and to be better. And I feel here, this is a time that's going to be a real growthful learning experience for you. You've got the fox there. Work at learning, work at exploration, work at just trying new things, I feel here, and letting go of something with love. Maybe there's some aspect of self, some aspect of what you're doing, or, even with some of the people you've been, with. Are there people that you are finding, that you just don't click with anymore? It may be time to let it go with love. Sometimes we can't let go of things because we don't want people to feel worse of us for doing it. It's always in the how we leave things behind that matters. Do we want to wait till something blows up into an argument or leave in a very unkind way? No, we want to leave with love, and I think in a way that's what this is saying here, whether it's a part of yourself, maybe it's a part of your practices or your studies that you want to put on the shelf now, let go, and move on to some new forms of learning.
I think it's about that. I think this is saying learning to let go with love, but also with knowledge, being informed enough to make that decision properly. And I noticed that Megan came in, and we are really sorry, Megan. I know we haven't seen you in a while. But we did close our list because it's very abundantly full. We're not going to be able to do your reading today. You might want to try coming back on Thursday. We're here Thursday, our time, 7 to 9 p.m.
And sometimes it's a little less crowded, but
that's true.
Would recommend to you to try to get here early as you can. All right.
So that's what we
have for you, Kara. That's awesome. A nice reading for you. And I'm pretty sure we're on Adiba.
Adiba. And Adiba did leave us a question, I believe, right?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it was the caps question. Let's see if it's down there from earlier. Nope, it's gone now in the chat because so many people have chatted. Okay, there you are. Hi.
Hi, Adiba.
What is coming towards you? You are an Aries.
Oh, hi, fellow Aries.
Well, certainly we hope you've been having a good Aries season. Okay, so I am going to use the Tarot of the Mermaids. Mermaids Tarot. Thanks, Violet.
It's been a pretty good Aries season for me. I can't complain. Maybe a little. But I do have to say the good news is that my drug, apparently for my cancer, has been reapproved without any cost increases. At least I think it has. I haven't heard otherwise, and it should be delivered to me on Tuesday. So I'm good for another year. I'm happy about that.
Okay, the first card is Death, and Death is reversed. The second card is the upright Six of Pentacles. And then the final card is the reversed Ten of Swords. So this is very interesting at the outlook because, of course, no card really means actual physical death, or it's generally not that kind of thing that easily comes up. But these are the two cards that most often might be looking towards at the actual physical card of death, which still it means the death of something, the death of yourself, the death of a part of you. The Ten of Swords can look to be pretty much a catastrophe for people, but it's reversed here, and so it actually means the opposite. It's sort of like pulling a victory out of a narrow sense of being able to achieve that.
Are you waiting for this, perhaps?
I don't know what I was waiting for, but we do have in the Lenormand the birds. I know it's for the birds, right? And the anchor. Okay. So getting
the anchor fits in with that death reversed, am I right?
Yes, it could very well do that. How interesting. So what is coming towards you? Well, death reverse can often talk about things that are really inert and stagnant, things that limit your ability to move, to affect your means, if you will. And the Six of Pentacles, though, is suggesting that there's a time where you may be needing to give more of yourself or give to others too. So I'm wondering if maybe those combine in the sense that you feel other people's situations maybe are holding you back a little bit, or maybe causing you to spread your resources in a way that you can't do everything you want because you have other responsibilities to some degree. But maybe that situation will change in the near future. The Ten of Swords reversed looks like maybe something could affect a change from that. So if some of this felt like adversity, like maybe there was actually something trying to limit your ability to help others, or how you helped others, that may be changing.
Well, Adeba, I feel a real progression with this cards here. Sometimes, we don't always read them linearly across the board, but in this case, that's kind of what I see. I feel here that maybe you feel a part of your life has not been very productive lately. You've been stuck in some area of your life, and you long for change, or you long for growth. You're like hoping for something to happen or develop, and it just seemed like things have been at a standstill. And the Six of Pentacles here is indicating to me that, you're wanting things to flow again. You're looking for a way to have a nice, even flow of energy in your life. That what you're putting forth, you're getting back. And that's in relationships with others, or that's in, your business and personal life, that for whatever efforts, whatever love you're giving out to others, that you're getting back in kind. You want to feel that kind of even flow in your life. You don't want to stay in this position of being stuck. I feel that this is where things might be going, but because also the Ten of Swords is reversed here, and what it's saying to me is that maybe this time of a sense of loss, or a sense of a lack of being able to move forward, that things just keep blocking your progress, they might start dissipating now. The light might start to return, and things may start to move forward. When I look at the anchor and the birds here, I feel what it might be telling you is to focus now, anchor yourself in, communicating with others. Whether it's, trying to find work, whether it's in your relationships, if you're not achieving what you desire there, communicate with others clearly, effectively, and of course, if you're trying for work, that means, your job interviews, make sure you're communicating effectively, how you can benefit the organization you're trying to work for. So I see a lot of stuff here. What's coming towards you is that you need to focus on excuse me, how you communicate with others, and to break through whatever it is that has been holding you back and try to get more even flow and balance in your life. And it may come through how you're communicating with others.
And I do feel the resonance between the anchor and the death reverse, but the anchor in this context does say to just sort of hold yourself to the movement of the birds, the idea of the communication, the idea of being open to maybe some changes that might need to happen quicker or not. You've been coming from a period of time where maybe changes haven't always seemed as possible, so look for those opportunities. Don't miss them when they show up.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed you when you came in there, Tina, but yeah, our list is closed today. We got real busy real fast today. So try to get here earlier next time. That's all I can say. Apologies. All right. I think that's what we have for you. I hope that helped in some way, Adiba. Hopefully you're going to be able to break through. I think that Ten of Swords tells me a breakthrough could occur. But we have to create, with the Ten of Swords, you have to create your own breakthroughs. Keep that in mind. And I think it's going to come through how you communicate with others.
You're welcome.
Siama wants a career reading?
Right.
Okay, she wants a post pinned, her next post, I guess. Oh, the list is closed. Yeah, why not?
I did pin it already.
Oh, okay. So it's my deck this time, right?
Well, I thought I did. Let me try it again. No, it should be pinned. Yeah, the list is
Okay.
closed. I see it there. Okay. Confused.
I notice our Sun Man is noticeably absent.
He took off. He's
think-
upstairs asleep.
I think I know how to get his attention, though.
You must.
Kara could try channeling him, but...
It's my turn, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, because I used these, didn't I? No, I had the Tarot of the Mermaids.
That's right, I had the
That's your
anchor.
deck. That's okay. You got to do 2 Oracle decks in a row.
I'm shuffling my cards.
You're
I'll
also
let you
shuffling
do
the
2 in a... I'll let you do 2 in a row next time, Mr. O. I promise. My goodness, are we counting? Okay. I have the Emperor reversed. Uh-oh. I have the Hanged Man reversed. I have the Six of Pentacles upright.
We just had that.
Well, I'm going to wait to see what he pulls. Ah.
A man's tower is his house.
Oh, is that the man?
No, it's the tower.
Oh, what's the other one?
The house.
Oh, the house. The house.
That's why I said a man's tower is a house.
Very interesting. So the Emperor reversed indicates that just seems like you're lacking some control or, ability to find your footing career-wise, perhaps right now. Is that what's going on here? The Hanged Man indicates that you have to really get more Maybe you need to get out there more and get more attention if you're job seeking. Are you job seeking right now by chance, or is this just a general career reading? It could help me to know that in this case. What's the other card again? I forget.
The Six of Pentacles.
That's right. So, everybody in their lives and in their careers really wants to get back what they feel they deserve for the work and the effort that they provide. So clearly, you are looking for something in that regard, or you are hoping for that from the job you're currently at, depending on what we're talking about here. And you're looking for something that will treat you fairly. I feel it's possible to achieve that, but you may have to find ways to stand out more. The Hanged Man has come down from his tree now with a lot of knowledge and wisdom that he's acquired. So what do you got to show for that is my question then, Are you showing everybody what you are able to provide? That will be very important here.
Well,
I'm going to stop there before
I get a
go
different
on.
idea from the Hangman reverse, because I maybe feel that this is saying that there are things you realize you should do, but maybe you don't want to do them. You may have your reasons for doing them. Some of that maybe you feel gives away some of your power, the Emperor reversed, but maybe other things about it too is that maybe you feel it sort of makes you look too magnanimous. And those aren't exactly the same idea, sort of delegating to somebody else or letting somebody else delegate, or also just being more magnanimous. They seem to affect the same way, but they represent different kinds of characters. So this may be saying that in terms of a career reading, you want to affect what you feel is the strongest personality or character sense for you. And I sort of see that reflected in the house and the tower, because those represent sort of structures and foundations. So mostly what you can do in career is try to work on how you affect things by looking, like you are strong of character.
Oh. Well, I kind of like that. Mm-hmm. I would say here with the house and the tower, too, is that, maybe if you aren't already, you might be able to find some work from home kind of situation. I almost see that here. But I also think that there's a potential here for you to find a position that will provide you with some comfort and some security. And maybe that's what the Six of Pentacles is about too in this case. It kind of falls in line with those two cards together. When I think of comfort and security on the job, I think, you're getting just like everything in kind of an even exchange here. You've got just enough to make you happy and feel safe and secure. And sometimes in this crazy work world, that's the best we can hope for these days, because things can be really crazy. Jobs can, be taken away from you at the drop of a hat. Don't I know? So,
another way of looking at this too is that maybe to some degree there really is out of the box kind of thinking here, and that maybe you have to go for something that's very much a different kind of take on what you've normally done. So it may be about challenging yourself too a lot more than you really think you have been. I know that's vague too.
I like that. The Hangman sometimes reversed is about ego. And so I just wonder here, just keeping that in mind, if maybe, there's this idea here that you're better at being somebody who has their own spot, their own place in the work, in the hierarchy, and not so much a team player. You work better maybe in scenarios where you have more autonomy, where you have more control and you're not so much in a team environment.
There's aspects of that in the three tarot cards in a way, so I could see that as well.
And even with the tower a little bit too.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's why I was kind of getting that vibe, but it looks like what we have for you right now, Siama.
Good luck, Siama.
I know you know what I'm talking about jobs being taken away, Victoria.
Word.
So that's what we have for you, Siama. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Karishma now, I believe. Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see. I will use the Tarot of the Princesses again. You're welcome, Siama.
You're very welcome, Siama.
For Karishma's reading. Picking up that card.
And you get 2 decks in a row.
I think I'm going to use the Murder of Crows next time.
What?
What?
Oh, I know a deck I haven't used yet. I'm going to use that next time, too.
What is coming towards Karishma in their relationship with Shyam
Okay.
for the next month? And the first card is the 9 of Wands. It's upright. The next card is the reversed Ace of Swords.
So I just want to ask right now, Karishma, are you having difficulties in this relationship at all? But go ahead with the cards. I just hope you can answer that for me.
And this would be the reversed Page of Wands. So there's a little consternation with these cards.
Well, I don't want to put these out yet till I get an answer to that, because I'm just curious. Well, let's throw these anyway.
So we have the Snake, never quite welcome, and the Cross. And those mean some pretty specific things. Yes, we aren't in communication since the last few days.
Well, there's some problems here. I hate to tell you this. But you know, I have to tell you, Karishma, these are rough astrological times right now. So it just might be you need to weather a storm. But there's a storm here. You got the 9 of Wands here. It's almost as if the 9 of Wands is preparation for battle, right? This is like you realize you're kind of in a situation of having to either stand up for yourself or stand up for this relationship in some ways.
When I saw this card, I said, oh, it looks like a ghost because the person is holding their head. And I thought, they ghosted you. Even before you said that. That's what I thought. And of course, to me, though, this is sort of saying you're standing your own at this point. You know, the 9 of Wands sort of says you're standing your own, but you're understanding there's something difficult here, something you can't appreciate.
Right. And the 9 of Wands in its positive aspect is, you know, you are willing to fight for what you want and what you believe in. And that is good on its own. But we have to look at some of these other cards here. And that one, which is the
Ace of Swords.
The Ace of Swords. It's almost as if...
reversed.
Right. And it's almost... It's almost as if, you know, you want to fight for something, but I guess at some point here, you're going to be questioned the value of what you're fighting for.
To me, the Ace of Swords reverse could be saying that there is a point where you realize you're not winning or you're not getting to where you want to be going.
And also the Ace of Swords can be about this difficulty in communicating right now.
True, swords are that.
I have to say, with Mercury going retrograde, it may get a little bit worse before it gets better, Karishma. And then we have the
Page of Wands.
Page of Wands.
Reversed.
Which is reversed, which indicates that there seems to be some stagnation here. There's delays. There's delays possibly, right, in communication.
It affects communication.
In getting the victory that you had been hoping you would achieve.
I can't add anything to that. So right from there, it just sort of sums up the overall position that there's consternation going on and that it's not clearly leading one way or the other here, but it doesn't look strongly for your end of it.
I will say here that there is some worries. You know, you've got the Lenormand, the cross, And you've got the snake. So I don't know if you're worried to hear about somebody's fidelity, for example, or if they are speaking truth to you. The snake can be about deceptive behavior. Now, it doesn't have to be an out-and-out infidelity, but you have to be worried about, are you really getting open and honest communications from this person? And it seems like maybe you've been worried about this for some time, possibly, because the cross can talk about this being a little bit of a long-term thing going on here. So I wonder if this has been something that has been happening here anyway.
I can't add a whole lot to that too. I sort of feel that this talks more to your immediate sense of feeling than this does. This is saying that maybe you are wondering, or you're feeling that if there is possibility of things you just don't know about. It may not be deception, but just things that you feel you should know about to some degree, and the not knowing causes worry or some sense of pain.
So what can you do here? I know we just gave you a boatload of bad news. I think it's that 9 of Wands here. I want to remind you that regardless of whatever way this goes, you always have to look out for you here. First and foremost, what's best for you, what's right for you, what you will accept in your life and what you won't. Because this is going to be what's really important, I think, ultimately, in deciding how you proceed from here.
Yes.
That's what we have for you right now. This is one of those things that could be in flux, though, Karishma. I want to say that, and I think it's just because this is just a bad, volatile time right now for a lot of people, astrologically. So, maybe let things cool off a little bit for a while.
I think that's a good point, because you did mention he's very busy due to a relocation. Yeah. So, it's good to check in like this, but cut him a little slack until you can't, which maybe won't happen.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
And Libra is up, and I get to use cards again. Libra asks, what is coming towards me? And I realize that Libra may or may not be here, but I'm going to just go ahead and use my Murder of Crows Tarot.
Oh, my goodness.
I just like this deck. I was using it for a while on a previous version of Goth Tarot, which is my show on Wednesday mornings, a shadow side kind of show.
As well you should, Karishma. That's good. Glad to hear that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good. And I know you'll let us know, how things are going. Good to see you again. Oh, they're so hard to get my fingers around. Thank you, Karishma. What is coming towards Libra? Could be some crows with this deck. Thank you. We're blessed to have you here too. All right, so you get the Ace of Cups upright. And then you get the Three of Cups reversed. I want to show that one. And then you get the Six, the Lovers, and it's upright. And the Murder Crows has some very striking images. Absolutely. So this reading looks like it's love that's coming towards you, but it's not love that is necessarily encumbered of maybe decisions or of maybe some highs and lows kind of things here. The Ace of Cups itself maybe is saying that love or pleasurable things could be coming to you at this time. Maybe it's a renewed interest in your current love, or maybe it just represents you moving into a field of pleasurable things. It's springtime. Maybe you have some outings in mind or things going on with the children that you're going to love doing. But the Three of Cups says that maybe some of those things maybe you won't feel quite as good about them, or maybe they come maybe with a little bit of an obligation, that you're not feeling as fond about. So for example, maybe you go to a wedding or a party or thing, and somebody who you don't feel especially great about, maybe they're an ex, or maybe they're just a person that you have difficulties with, might mar that situation a little bit. But ultimately, with the Lovers, what we're looking at too is that maybe this is a situation that sort of pulls a rabbit out of its hat, maybe out of a situation that didn't seem like it was taking you somewhere. Maybe it does put you at that point of being able to have a consideration. Where's it going? Is it going this way, or is it something else? The Sun Man? We just heard this heavy thud, so we think he jumped off of the daybed he was sleeping on. Oh, did you do that?
I've been playing with this, and I was wondering if he was going to notice. So I was kind of looking up there to see if I could see him coming down.
But we heard that thud right above us.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, Kara, I'm using your toy to try to entice him. All right. Well, let's get back to this reading. I'm sorry, Libra. The Ace of Cups again, right in the beginning. Somebody else had that too. There could be some great new beginning for you that's going to bring you a lot of happiness and joy. I mean, could it be a relationship that's taking off into another level, or a brand new relationship coming into your life? Yes. Yes, it could be that. But it could also be just something that's going to bring you a lot of happiness and joy. And what's that second card again?
It's the Three of Cups reversed.
Wow. So I might go with the latter, because the Three of Cups reversed indicates that, there may be some jealousy, I'm wondering here. There may be some people who maybe want to rain on your parade, that don't like the fact that you've got this good thing going, whatever it is. It just seems as though there's some jealousy or some conflict associated with all of this. It's like some people just don't want to see others be happy, if you know what I mean. And I almost get that feeling here somehow. And so what's that final card?
The Lovers.
The Lovers. So choose wisely here in this case what you do about this. And I'm going to explain why with the Lenormand, because the first card I drew
is the Rider.
And the second card I drew
is the Synth. Sort of goes nicely with my little Murder of Crows.
Well, and the Synth is not facing the Rider, but it does inform the Rider, and so I kind of can't help but wonder here if this is a situation where cutting words, one way or another, see with this jealousy thing here, cutting words could force you to make a move, like to say, I'm done with this, I am done with people who want to hold me back in some way, who never want to see me being happy. It's possible you will make a move away from people who are trying to hold back your success or your joy.
It suddenly resonates to me, because I think I was being a little bit vaguer, but I think this is maybe about where a relationship or a set of relationships is coming to a possible turning point, or coming to a possible summit where everything kind of comes out on the table, and people have to really talk about where their intentions are, where they really think they're going.
So I don't know if that resonates with you, Libra, but that's what we have for you today.
All right,
Good
Libra.
luck with that.
Good luck.
And Leah has posted the question.
And I like your question, Leah. I have absolutely been there, and it got pretty intense before I got out on the better side of it.
So you are looking, and you're just wondering if it looks like something is going to open for you soon there, I think. Let's do 3 cards and check that out. Okay. I'm going to use my Sufi Tarot. It's a handful, but I really think this is a beautiful deck.
So Sonny never materialized. I don't know if that was him or not, that noise I heard.
The call for the Sun Man.
Hey-oh.
I'm sorry, Violet, but we're in the last half of the show now. I guess he could come down if he wants.
Right.
But he's not. He gets lazy, as the temperatures change.
He's taking you all for granted.
Yeah. I guess I gotta cut his therapy cat pay. All right. Hey, good news. At least with the first card, you got the sun. But you do have Judgment reversed, so we're going to have to look at that. And you have the Ace of Coins reversed. Wow. I want to see the Lenormand. Oh. I see him already there.
I know. The lilies, which was influenced by the tree. So those kind of look a little better than what the tarot was giving us.
Wow, Leah, it's shadow. Maybe we were hearing shadow jostling behind.
Maybe,
Leah,
I don't know.
because she just came out.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, at any rate, Leah, this is quite the mixed bag here.
No, it's your reading now, Leah.
Yeah, this is your reading right now. This is a real mixed bag for you, and I'm not sure where it's heading. We may have to explore this again sometime soon, but let's talk about what we see here. The sun is indicating success for you, and that you're going to feel renewed, re-energized, etc. But the ironic thing to me is it's followed by Judgment, and Judgment reversed is almost saying the exact opposite in a way, because Judgment reversed is saying an inability to reimagine yourself, an inability to move on to this new transition that I'm thinking could happen here with this card. But so I wonder too if maybe some of the things that are going on presently for you are shattering your ability to, really reimagine this future for yourself. Or if maybe you're right, this might be indicating that you are absolutely right, that your present workplace, you are on the fence there. Because there are people there that might be hypercritical, overly criticizing you, and the Ace of Pentacles is indicating, disappointments or possibly loss, as far as income or money goes.
You don't say that you know of or you feel there is a possibility for something new, but the way you poise your question, it does seem like you feel there is some possibility there. And I feel this is more like the latter thing she said, that there is sort of this point of balance between the idea of maybe something really good that could be about to happen or finding out about something, because sometimes the sun is just illumination. Something shows you the way towards the job you really want, the experience you really want. But maybe that other juxtaposition is the idea that you feel really trapped or insecure. Ace of Coins reversed could be saying there's an insecurity about where you are materially with this other choice here. So I sort of feel like this is saying maybe you are just at that point of in-betweenness, and maybe you doubt the ability for it to really come through. Maybe that's what you're dealing with here in your question. But I do feel that these Lenormands give a lot more hope to the perspective. Some of this just says that there's a matter of really looking out mostly for yourself, keeping your health together, the tree, and maybe there is a knowledge implication here too. Just really keep your awareness out for things that are growthful that can maybe pull you away, because really ultimately the Lilies talks about how you can evolve or grow. And so this may be just saying you need something more to give you that weight to pull you over there. You either need new skill sets or you need to have something evolve a little bit that can maybe pull you there. You need to change your mindset about something.
So I didn't tackle the Lenormand yet, and I know we're getting shorter on time, so I'm trying to be brief. But the thing is that the tree and the lilies here, this is why I got confused, Leah, because it almost sounds like even at your present job, you know, this could be a learning experience for you that you are just going through here. But I think you really want to let it go. I sense that very strongly. So I'm thinking here that I'm feeling this is like hopeful. I look at the sun and I'm thinking you will encounter eventual success. I'm worried though. I am worried that you may lose your job though before this happens. I have to say that. But I do feel here that you are going to be able to find a place to put down your roots and stay there for a while. I really sense that because that's what this combination tells me. The lilies can be about something that has staying power, that lasts. And I really think it's possible here that it may take a while for this to manifest for you, but I think your next step forward is going to be a place you feel more secure and that you're going to be able to grow into for some time to come.
I actually don't feel that they're going to sack you. I don't know why I feel that way. So it may be that you might be able to hang on until you can make the choice. I'm looking at these numbers on the cards, number 30 and number 5, which add together is 35, and 3 and 5 is 8. And that is a beneficent set of numbers. It kind of has sort of Jupiter economic things. So I sort of have a feeling that maybe you may be able to hang on. I'm not going to say that's my whole argument there, but I do feel ultimately you are going to be able to move on. There just may be some growth pains of a sort getting there.
I feel you are going to move on, but you know you have to work your way there. It's going to take time for this to develop. I'm hoping, like I said, come back again. We'll see what the cards say. I think the cards are picking up some of what's going on for you presently. I don't see a choice of jobs here. What I would say to you is this. If you do have a choice right now, go with the job you feel that you are going to be able, that you feel you have the best shot at staying at more long term and that you can grow into, that even has some growth potential for you. Because it sounds like at this job it's not there, where you're at right now. So I wish you luck with that. I don't want to make you scared. I just want you to keep focusing on working towards something better. Because I know clearly you're unhappy there, and I'm not seeing here that the situation's going to improve where you're at right now.
Most of these cards talk about investment, and so that means you have to be willing to either put a little more time or learning into trying to figure out how you could be more of an advantage. So hopefully that can help.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
All right, I think Jagdeep is up. Hey, Jagdeep. Good to see you. Saw you this morning at my show. Okay. That's your deck.
All right. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Mermaids. So, what are the current feelings of Hermione for you?
Hey, you are welcome, Leah.
You're welcome.
Now, the sun is success. It just, it will come.
Well, lilies and tree have successful elements to them as well.
Exactly.
All right, our first card is the Seven of Wands. It's reversed. Then we have the Three of Wands, which is upright. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is upright. Well, maybe Hermione is slightly on the fence in terms of current feelings. The Seven of Wands maybe sort of indicates that maybe they're sort of not exactly thinking about this right now, or they're not exactly very concerned. It's kind of interesting because the Three of Wands maybe indicates that they have other things on their mind. They may be thinking of other kinds of plans that maybe have more to do with business or career, or possibly networking with people, getting to know people, maybe travel, yeah. It could also be saying, too, that maybe they are, I'm looking at the Four of Swords now, that maybe they are just sort of holding back a little bit, and that maybe they're not willing to consider that they have really active feelings. They might want to have more space to think about things, or that they're somehow thinking about relaxation instead on some terms.
Current feelings of Hermione for you. You know, I feel like they feel overwhelmed right now. They're not sure, you know, if this was a difficult situation where there was issues of some sort. I think they still feel overwhelmed, or just an inability to want to move forward on this. And that is a combination, I think, I'm feeling here between the Seven of Wands reversed and the Four of Swords upright. They've pulled back. They've pulled back for a reason. And maybe right now that reason is they really are assessing where they want to be long term. You know, they're looking at the future and they can't totally put in their head where they want to be.
The Letter. And the Ship.
And, you know, it's funny because we thought about that as being travel too. You know, I don't know if they're making a move or travel or something, or if there's some distance between you. It's possible, I'm just saying, it's possible that a move may come in the future where you're going to hear from them, I feel. You may hear something from them. Or, you know, I'm not sure. I wonder here if the cards are saying maybe you need to make that move and contact them and see where it goes. Because right now, they've pulled back. They have pulled back. So that's why I'm throwing that idea out there, Jagdeep.
You know, I hadn't thought about that in total, but it seems really clear with this stat. But I think that's what it is they are in a moment of reassessing where they're likely to go. It may not disinclude you, but this may be the time for you to think about communication or putting yourself in more proximity.
Exactly. You know, that's the best I could say. Sometimes it's tough. You know, and people don't remain in contact. Who should call who first, you know? And is it out of line to check in? Well, you know, you can't have your life on hold forever, one way or another. And so maybe it's just time to just see if there's anything there or not. And that's what we have for you. I hope that helps somewhat. It just seems as though they have pulled back right now for some reason. Maybe it's other things in their lives that's taking precedent.
And we're waiting for Dr. Victor then?
Yep, Dr. V, we've made it to you. I hope you're here. We're going to run into a bit of overtime.
So I'm going to mention again that Banshee's Material Matters was on this morning, and it's a pretty popular show. We had a lot of likes last week.
But it wasn't that popular this morning.
Yeah, so everybody should help us out by going to visit Banshee's Material Matters and giving us a like or a view.
You're welcome, Jagdeep.
Don't forget to watch the Emotional Exchanges. It's on Fridays at 7 a.m., or you can watch it anytime. And it gives you kind of the information on where things are going in your relationship life and why that may matter.
Last call for Dr. V. I know there's a little delay sometimes, so I try to work that into the equation.
Saturday, whoops, I don't have that. It disappeared.
I guess the call of the you-know-who did not work. Oh, well.
What did you forget? I don't know. So I think Dr. Victor maybe is not here. We'll
Yeah,
just
let's
wait mere
pass on.
seconds.
I've given Dr. V enough time. I think we got to move on.
There we go.
So we are on. Oh, Violet's going. Go, Violet. Go, Violet.
Go, Violet. Go, Violet.
Kara.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Yay. Countdown in order. Disorder.
Kara. Hey, Estelle. You
Estelle is
are
next.
up.
And just remind everybody that tomorrow we have the Your Weird Week.
So
Mondays
see,
at 9
we don't
a.m.
need Sunny down here to give us trouble. We have Kara for that.
We do. He's just being his
All
little...
right, let's give Estelle a moment, because like I said, it does... I notice a delay on here all the time, so let's just give it a moment.
Well, it does seem too, though, that people that come early sometimes don't wait the full duration, so it just happens too that sometimes people move on to something else while they're waiting.
That's true. I can't blame them.
And Violet's already going with the countdown.
Okay. Go ahead, Violet.
Now, I don't know if we have a protocol for any of these people showing up before we're done. Should we just tell them the list
Maybe
is
we'll
once
just
again
give
closed?
them one card.
Yeah, if they wait.
If they're on the list, one card.
Okay, that's fair enough. Who's next?
It would be, I believe, Divine You. Yep.
Hey, Divine.
Well, we certainly hope you're here, Divine.
It's like musical chairs, except there's
Right,
no music
and
and
then
there's really no
people
chairs.
get thrown off when we have a couple people in the row who don't show up.
Yeah.
They think they have more time to run and get that glass of hot or cup of hot tea or whatever.
I'm pretty sure that maybe folks just move on to something else, though, maybe.
No,
It could be.
we haven't even
Not
gone,
everybody.
We haven't even gone into overtime yet.
Yeah, but most of these people were on the list somewhere in the first half hour or earlier,
True that.
so it's a long time to wait.
They could come back.
There is that.
Divine, last call.
Yes, so anyone who we've called for but wasn't here, if they come back before we're done, we will give them an opportunity for one card. Because we got to keep moving here. And we got things to do too.
Okay, go ahead and count down, Violet.
We're sorry. You could let me do it. But she did tell us about her dog, and that was really nice.
That was really nice. Hey, maybe she had to take the dog for a walk.
I'm so good at it, aren't I, Angel?
And look at that. Victoria is ready. This is the week. Well, leave it to you to have a lucky week with a solar eclipse and Mercury retrograde.
It's your day.
You never know. You live dangerously, Miss Victoria. Well, let's see what's out there.
Indeed. The 7th house is partnerships.
All right. Well, speaking of partnerships, you got the Knight of Cups upright.
No flaky friend, he's a feathery friend.
You got the Nine of Pentacles upright.
Oh, wow.
Ha, boo. But you also have the High Priestess reversed.
Well, you're going to love what I have.
Uh-oh. Let's see.
The Whip. Fast, sudden. The House. And, of course, we were talking about your 7th house. And, of course, the 9 of Pentacles talks about material conditions, comfort conditions.
Well, I'm a little concerned, actually. But let's see here. All these cards are, except for the High Priestess, they're pretty good. The Lenormand's a little wonky to me. We'll talk about that. But something is coming that should bring you much happiness. It may afford you more comfort. It may make you feel more secure. Does sound like a job to me in a way. And maybe the High Priestess reversed here is just saying, you didn't see it coming. You really maybe did not see this one coming.
You didn't see it coming, or maybe it's just really in a very diversion area than you thought you would be, but something's going to pull you there.
And it's so weird. The Nine of Pentacles is such a positive card for your surroundings and your environment, etc. But why am I seeing the Home and the Whip here? That's not always a good combination. Some might argue that could be, if you, let's say, had a family living with you, you know what I mean? That could mean arguments in your home. That could mean something disruptive in the home.
I didn't know that.
Well, yes, it can. But because the Whip is also an aggressive action, there are many facets to the Whip. And so I would say here, too, that what this could mean to me is maybe there's something unexpected happening in your home environment that might rattle you a little bit here. I really don't think it's going to be too major, though, because I do feel that, something is coming towards you and it looks very positive materially. I don't know if maybe, let's say, if you're renting, that there's going to be some thing happen where a landlord has to make some changes, or maybe there's a repair that comes up. Something happens. Hopefully it has nothing to do with the fact that you're now working and you're worried about getting evicted or something like that. I mean, that would be a sudden nasty thing. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around that, because everything else up top looks really, really positive. Also, I would say to you this: be careful of the security of your surroundings. I know that you travel. I know that you go away from time to time. So just make sure, that everything is safe and secure as best you can in this crazy world we live in.
I'm not the best Lenormand. To me, I sort of like the idea that maybe something that's a quick change in your living status quo isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I'm just going to want to combine it with that 9 of Pentacles. The High Priestess is the only one that sort of gives me vague ideas or makes me question what this is. I like what Banshee said, that it's something you didn't expect, which ties in also with the idea of something moving swiftly. So I just wonder if some sort of happy opportunity or happy situation just kind of comes to you that you hadn't realized and maybe could change the status quo. It could be that, of course, because you have to change things quickly, it puts you in a little bit of a lurch in terms of some other practicalities. So that may be a different kind of, question too.
I mean, it could be work from home.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure, even though the home card is there, that I'm feeling that. I don't know. I'm getting, like I said, a negative signal from the whip there with this home insecurity issue. But I feel that maybe what that Nine of Pentacles indicates too is that, either, I don't want to say you're going to be a department of one, but a lot of the work that you do will give you a lot of independence, a feel of independence about it. So in other words, you don't have to, you will be maybe working with people, but your work is your own. You're not sharing it with anybody. You have complete control over what you do. And I think that's nice. That's a nice place.
I kind of like that, because with the High Priestess reverse, you're not necessarily above anyone, but you are doing something. I like that, because it combines with the other ones pretty well, actually, to me. Cool. Yes, Estelle, we can call for you when we're done with our current slate, and if you're here, we'll give you one card.
I know we have problems with our equipment and stuff, but it's just been such a busy day. We have to keep moving. All right.
Right.
Victoria, that was pretty interesting. I hope something does come through for you this week. I really like the looks of some of that.
You'll totally have to let us know.
Absolutely.
Okay, the overall energy for this week. I'm going to use the Murder of Crows again for that one. The overall energy of the week.
You are welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Did I put them back? I did. Huh. Well, I guess Sonny is not going to grace us with his presence today. Have you, Mr. O, heard any thunder?
No,
Any
we thought we were
rain?
going to have some thunderstorms.
Nothing.
I don't know why. Yes, I am. All right, Jano. Overall energy. Ooh. Reversed Ace of Swords. Reversed Devil.
Oh.
And it's the upright Knight of Wands. This deck's a little
And the first one was
strong.
the Ace of Swords. That's been coming up a bit today.
It's reversed.
Here, let me, I know. It's been coming up reversed.
And there's the stars. Again. Why are you always pointing stars? And the lilies. Okay, so...
Maybe because I like to give people hope, Mr. Scorpio.
All right.
All right, so we have the reverse day. All right, well, this is kind of an interesting reading here, Jano. The reverse Ace of Swords. So perhaps some of the energy coming towards you is ones where you feel like, I don't want to say defeated, but that you feel as though just some things you were hoping would turn out to be a positive experience kind of let you down. They didn't end up being as positive or forward moving as you thought they might. Perhaps also maybe you've been sending the wrong signals to others about your intent, whether it's in relationships or whether it's in, career, job, etc. There may be something here that's just amiss. And I look at the Devil reversed here and I'm thinking, you'll be able to get beyond this. You'll be able to move past this. I feel that this is a real positive thing here when I see the Devil reversed. It's showing that, regardless of how anything turns out, you know that you can land on your feet. You're not beholden and stuck to things that just haven't worked out for you. You know that you can move past them and move into something better. And that leads us to
the Knight of Wands.
The Nine of Wands?
Knight
of Wands. Ta-da! And that leads you to be able to move forward, explore some new potentials for growth. Whether this is in your relationships, whether this is in your job, career, whether this is just in other aspects of your life.
Well, that Devil reversed, I think that the overall energy is about you dealing with things that you feel have been compulsive or obsessive, and maybe they're not like self-destructive, but you're sort of feeling like the energy is right for now, releasing them. Of course, we're moving into an eclipse and Mercury retrograde, so I like that. But what is it more? Maybe there's a part of yourself you're trying to kill or stop in some ways. The Ace of Swords reverse. Maybe there's something about yourself. Maybe you have a negative behavior. I mean, like maybe it's cigarette smoking, or whatever it is. Maybe it's just a certain
procrastination.
And so maybe you're feeling like you've been kind of holding on to that as a self-defense system or as some sort of barrier, but maybe you're thinking this is the time to let it go. And so the Knight of Wands really, to me, probably suggests that you're on this quest with the best of intentions and you really sort of believe in yourself now. You sort of have moved through some of this and you really feel you can do this now in a way that maybe you weren't always able to focus there previously.
Touche, Mr. O. No, I like that. I almost feel here that something that has been holding you down, whether it's codependencies, whether it's habits like Mr. O said, or whether it's circumstances you find yourself in, like, a job that just is not fulfilling you or, is causing you different problems in your life. You maybe now are trying to work past an inability to overcome this. You are now starting to overcome this. And with this,
Lilies?
With the Knight of Wands, this is indicating that, I think this is a period of swift movement for you, moving forward in a better direction, and where things will just start, that you will create opportunities for change in your life. And with the Lenormand here, I think if you think more long term, about where you're headed in life, that there you will get more hope and you will see that you're destined, you're bound for success.
So it's kind of something to take in too, is like, you said that, the death of the ego. It's like, and I know kind of like where you're coming from, that idea of the self-exploration, but it's obviously a reminder, these ones too, that, there still are bright points for you evolve with that. Everything is not all about, finding, the way to defeat your ego if it's causing problems, but also acknowledge, all the good things that are still happening for you or that can still happen as you move towards that.
Your future is full of growth potential here. We have the lilies, we have the Knight of Wands. And I just feel here with the stars, it's indicating a very brightness coming to you. And it may still take a little time for this to unfold, but I think you are on your way. And when I think of the Knight of Wands, usually the Knight of Wands moves swiftly, This might happen quicker than, you think, to overcome whatever it is that's going on here.
I really love the murder of crows. I just thought this really spoke to me.
So that's what we have for you, Jay.
All right. Jano. Cool.
And we're Lily. Hey, Lily.
Hi, Lily. H's next action towards B.
All right.
That's Habib and Bushra. You're welcome, Jano.
I'm going to use this one again.
Don't say that, Kara. I like the deck. I just think it's strong. It is a little emo. I used to use it in Goth Tarot.
I don't know. It's okay. I like that deck. I bought it for you after all, did I not? Because Banshee knows what Mr. O likes. Aww.
So Lily asks, what is H's next action towards B?
It's the Hierophant upright. It's the Queen of Wands upright. It's the Five of Cups reversed.
And over in Lenormand, we had the tree, which is influenced by the clouds. Clouds in my coffee.
H's next actions towards B. Well, I feel as though well, it's hard for me to say. It looks very positive on some levels, but I'm not sure. Do they really want to reinitiate something again? You know, we have the Five of Cups reversed there. And sometimes that could mean that somebody is moving on. But there's positive cards here. And so well, except for this Lenormand, and we'll talk about that. But I feel here as though there may be a sense of wanting to either move on away or to rekindle something again. And maybe that's what they're thinking about right now. I really feel with the Hierophant here, they're trying to find some structure and foundation in their life. And they're wondering if it could be with, B, or could it be with someone else? I think they're really trying to figure that out right now. I really feel here that whether it's you or whether it's someone else, I don't know if there's anybody else in the picture, or whether it's B or whether it's somebody else. I don't know if somebody else is in the picture, but H feels very highly about somebody, They're very attracted to them. And that's what's going on here. That's what's holding them and making them really think about what their next move is going to be. And there's some confusion here. There's some confusion. The clouds are here, and it's indicating to me that there's confusion about where they want to put down their roots.
Well, when I look at this, I wonder...
It's complicated.
It is complicated. I don't think that there is necessarily somebody else that H is thinking about. Okay. But I wonder if H sort of feels that they're bound by certain rules or conventions in how they approach you or how they further your relationship or situation. Like, I just sort of feel like maybe H wants to make you feel that they're doing things in a proved way towards either the culture you share or the sense of culture that you may both be a part of. So I think also, too, that H possibly feels that at times they could be a little bit more provocative. That's the Queen of Wands. Maybe they're wrestling that this is a conventionality. This might be a little bit more provocative. So maybe they sort of look at both of those ideas. They want to be proper, but they also sort of want you to understand the charisma that is developing.
I feel a real push-pull. I wanted to throw that out there too.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting, I guess.
The Hierophant and that Five of Cups. I feel as though maybe they want some stability and security in their life, yet that Five of Cups sometimes indicates to me that they're running away from that.
Right. It could be that. It could be saying, too, that maybe this is where the idea of a possible other person coming in, not necessarily as romantic, but maybe somebody who is a distraction, somebody that they can say, well, this is a friend and I have to do this with that friend. In other words, it could be an obstacle, and sometimes clouds can represent obstacles. They also represent, states of happiness or depression too. So I don't know. I sort of feel like it's a mixed bag there, that H maybe wants to do the right thing, but sort of feels that there's something else still that maybe they're thinking about. Maybe they're thinking that they haven't really grown as much as they want to in terms of being ready for a relationship. Maybe they're really looking at the relationship as something that they have to put themselves more into it rather than just feel for you. They have to really think about where they are in a relationship. And that also could be the idea of the Hierophant, tradition, convention. I don't know. There's some vagary here.
There's definitely some vagary here. I think that what it is saying is that really, their next move is very uncertain right now. They're contemplating their next moves. I think that they're just not sure which way they want to go.
This may result with the idea that they have a real plus minus idea here, that they just really need to dive in deep more and think for themselves, and maybe they have too many other influences and they need to really sort it out for themselves.
They need to sort it out for themselves. That's absolutely true.
The first thing I was going to say was I felt there were other influences that were possibly working on them. So that tells me that maybe, their judgments aren't exactly their own right now.
I hadn't thought of that. I mean, it's possible. I don't see it, but I see why you see it. So that could be somebody giving them some advice, I like that in a way.
Well, we got to move on, Lily.
That's what we have for you, Lily. That's what we see right now. I'm sorry it was a little bit more vague than I like in this case, but what it does say is that they're really still thinking about you in some way. I really think so. But I'm not sure what their next move is going to be yet. They're still contemplating that.
And Mama T wanted a general, right?
Yeah, but are we going to do a Sol first with the one card, or are we going to go... Well, no, I guess we're going to do Mama T. We're going to finish up our readings and then do a Sol?
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the Murder of Crows again, because I know Mama T likes that.
What?
Well, she does.
You're doing 2 in a row just again?
I didn't. That was your deck.
Oh. He caught me. Okay. But it's my birthday. I should be able to do what I want. The little ram on your shoulders whispering in your ear.
Well, tell me why that's more special than every other day.
Ah.
Alrighty. We missed you.
All right. I'm eating these up. This is terrible. I gotta stop. I'm stopping now. I guess I'm like with these lifesavers like he is with jelly beans.
Mama T. Oh dear. The first card is the reverse 9 of Cups. And then the reverse 6 of Swords.
Which one?
6 of Swords.
Wow, it looks like you picked the right deck.
And then it's the reversed 7 of Cups.
Okay. Okay. Well, Mama T, I know you're struggling, and the cards certainly indicate that. You know, we've got is that the Nine of Cups, right, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Nine of Cups is reversed. You know, right now you feel like nothing is falling into place. You can't really do the things that you really want to do, you know, because of circumstances. And I think that's clear. You know, you're not feeling fulfilled. You know, maybe you've had to set aside some of the things you love, you know, like your jewelry wrapping or different things, because the
Six of Swords.
and you feel stuck right now. That's basically it. You feel stuck. You're in a place where you feel there is no way out. But the way out is right there in that last card. That's the Seven of Cups. Some decision or choices have to be made. And they may be hard ones, you know. They may be hard ones for you to consider making, but they may have to be considered in order for you to get some relief, to be able to finally get things back in order once more, to be moving forward once more, because that's the problem here. It feels like you are stuck.
Well, I think that's the central idea, is the reverse six there, that there's a sense that you can't make movement towards anything at all. And in some interpretations, sometimes the Nine of Cups talks about things that you probably thought you really liked, or these were the things you wanted, but you are maybe realizing they're not bringing you happiness, or they're not a way towards anything that you can use there. But maybe that's not totally true. There may be something there.
Somebody's about to make an appearance.
You just have to find a way of discerning what those things are. There is something, perhaps, that will help you unstick or help you find the piece of something enjoyment that could help you here. I paused because Sonny's about to jump on the table.
Yep, I saw him. I thought hey, we've been waiting all day for you, Sun Man. Here is his dramatic appearance. I've been trying to call you. Didn't you hear?
And then in Lenormand we had the clouds and the stork.
Don't fear change, Mama T. I think that's the message of the clouds, the stork with the clouds. You have some change, some move, some decision has to take place, you know, and I really feel, since it is the stork, it's about something that has to happen. A new beginning, a new course, charting a new course. That may mean a change of residence may be necessary, you know. Whatever it is, you know, don't be afraid of it. The clouds in this case can talk about depressions, anxieties. You're fearing changes that may have to be made, and you are worried about the future. But I'm telling you that, you know, you're going to have to embrace change. You're at a point right now where you are stuck. So the point is, you can stay there, or you can embrace a change that may finally shake things up enough so that things start moving in your life once more.
Right, everything pretty much figures that way. You do need to find what that right choice is. There is something really that maybe you've wanted to do, but you haven't seen the way there. Some of this is really about seeing what is more possible than other things. You can unstick yourself, but you have to unstick yourself by doing what will work best. And I think that's the opportunity that will come to you, and you will realize that maybe it really does lighten the load. Maybe you've been setting your goals a little too high, and you need to kind of relax that. You need some small successes to kind of bolster yourself and help move you.
Very good point, because you know that Seven of Cups is all about all these possibilities, from the hardest to achieve to the easiest to achieve. And when it's reversed, it's saying it's time to pick one, you know, time to pick a choice. So what is the easiest, less painful move forward for you right now. That's what you need to consider to shake things up, get things moving once more.
And so it may actually be a choice that you know about, but you didn't want to think about, but maybe you need to take a second look at that.
All right, so that's what we have for you. If Asal's here, we can draw a card for you, Asal, right?
All right, yes.
And sorry about that. We just, we're already really into overtime. That's why it's very important to try to stay if you can. I get it, the phones go down. But we had 3 people in a row who just disappeared, and there's nothing I can do.
All right. So was there a question?
I don't know. I'm just going to shuffle in case. I'm just going to keep it
Okay.
rolling. And if not, I'll be ready for Violet.
All right.
I think we could throw one card and the Lenormand with it, Mr. O's, for some
Of course.
nuance, and then we'll be done. But let's see if this all shows. If not, just warm up your Lenormand for Violet. Oh, I bet you do. But let's give Asal another moment just to be sure. They indicated they were having phone problems. So if they are not here, we'll move on to you. I could do the Jeopardy theme. You want to do it? You like to sing.
What are the words?
Okay, you like to hum. Do you like to go la 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 la.
Oh.
Yeah, there's that ending. A little too low for me.
He was
All
watching
right,
me
Violet,
like,
go
what
ahead
the
with
heck
your
is going on?
question.
Give us the question.
Kara! Kara's got the monsters going.
The moment between B and S is just BS.
Ah!
Ah.
All right, let's
Ooh.
try that.
We're going to do gossipy stuff. Yay.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, to all good things must come to an end sometimes. Hopefully not. They'll work it out.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm using the owls for you, Violet. Let's see what we get. Well, the first card is upright, and it's the Knight of Swords. The second card is reversed, but it is not a bad reversal. It's the Four of Wands. But the Sun is reversed.
Okay, so I'm not sure if I understand. They're not in any kind of other relationship other than just this
No,
thing
it's just
here.
arguing between.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I have the mountain and the ring. And of course, I
I
know
know
if
exactly what this means.
they're committed to fighting each other, to the struggle.
Let's tackle the Lenormand in a minute. Let's go through this, because, there is definitely something happening here. And it's definitely, in my mind, related to how they're communicating with one another, how they're feeling about one another. Now, the Knight is upright. So hopefully, maybe they can put this behind them as the best case scenario. That's the best case scenario, because the Knight is upright. Maybe if they decide and determine to look at things more objectively, they'll realize they're letting things get a little bit out of hand here. But when I look at that Four of Wands reversed, and then I see it's followed by the Sun reversed, I'm wondering if there is some shakiness here in the foundation. That this has rattled things a little bit. Maybe there is something even under the surface yet you're not seeing on the stream, but that might be going on off stream, that's shaking the foundation of this group. Because, the Sun reversed can indicate failure. It can indicate disappointments. Clearly there's something wrong here. Let's look at the Lenormand, though, after. Do you want to go ahead with that top first?
I'll do that. To me, I get the feeling here of, this is a competitive atmosphere. This is a hard-charging atmosphere. Mm-hmm. This could just represent overall. It doesn't represent the one person or the other person. It just represents the overall climate. But that sense of that maybe is driving others into that shifty, wobbly, I don't know about this. So say, for example, there's 10 people on this team. Maybe there's only 2 or 3 or 4 that are involved in the actual specifics of what are going on, but other people may have stakes or things that they realize there and that it may challenge them. They may not be willing to speak up or do particular actions, but this is affecting them too.
And with the ring and the mountains, what I could say is this commitment to this, in this group is facing obstacles, is definitely facing some obstacles that they have to overcome. They have to be willing, this is not saying it is impossible to overcome this, but it is saying they have to be willing to work through this. Right?
Well, is it really that only one person wants to be in charge and doesn't want the other one to be?
It's possible.
Is it autocrat kind of stuff? Like somebody really wants to be the brave leader? That's the easiest way to look at that.
It could be a power struggle of some sort. I can't rule that out. I would put it in those terms. But whatever the case may be, it is causing fault in the foundation here, and there's discohesion and morale. The Sun can talk about disappointment, as well as delay, pessimism, and so that's when you look at the ring. Is all about their commitment. Is the commitment now facing trouble or obstacles because of this? Yes, I would say. I don't think that necessarily it's insurmountable. Mountains can be climbed, but you have to be willing to do it. You have to commit to be willing to sort out your differences and sort out what's blocking, maybe better communication with one another.
Remember, the Four of Wands is never a totally bad thing, but it's combined with the reverse Sun, and so this may be saying that once again, maybe not everybody understands all the moving parts of the issues here too. And so that could be maybe a possible strategy just to bring some amount of awareness of what is at stake, what are the various goals here, or who has, challenges more than others.
Well, maybe it'll take somebody saying to them, hey guys, we just noticed there seems to be a little bit of tension lately. What's going on? Can we help in any way? And it might be one of those things where somebody will say, yeah, you can help by staying out of it. They might say that. That's fine. But all you can do is offer, and hope for the best. But just is there anything we can do to diffuse, any kind of problems that are going on? Any way we can help? I don't know, but I do think they have to be willing to want it. That's the bottom line. And if the Texas Storm Chasers are that important to them, then they will be willing to do that, I would think.
The stars at night.
Hey, good luck with that one, Violet. Wow. Holy moly.
All right, so that's our show.
That's our show.
Woohoo! We're getting out.
We're getting out while the getting's good. Go on, get Sunman.
Yes,
The show is
Sunman.
over.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You slept through it. Poor Sonny.
Aw.
He's like, but my people. My people.
You're welcome. Even Kara couldn't get you to show up.
Ah, here's some more little hugs and attention for you. Because we know that's why you're really here. Hey guys, want to thank
You're welcome.
everybody for coming. Want to thank everybody for trying to get a reading today. Even if you couldn't stay around, we apologize. We do what we can. And hope you got, those of you that got your readings today have left away with some information you can use. And thank you all again for your support. We so appreciate you all. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Hang in there during the start of Mercury retrograde this week. We'll talk about that because we're meeting when? Oh my goodness. We're going to be meeting you on the night of the solar eclipse and Mercury retrograde, the day after my birthday.
Don't forget to go to Twitter and say happy birthday, Banshee.
Hey, at 9:03 a.m. on April 19th, just raise your coffee cup in honor to me.
All right.
Because that is the time I was born. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.